Hi guys, it's Brittany. Welcome back to the Tarot Garden. It's been like almost a month since I posted anything, but I got a new phone and I got a new tripod, so I'm ready. And that being said, let's just jump right into today's video. We're going to be talking about the Hierophant. I want to hold it close so you guys can see him good. It's a really pretty card. So yeah, this card gets a reputation for being about like religion and organizations, pretty much any hierarchical structure. But as I was doing my research about this card, I actually think it doesn't really have anything to do with that. I think that there's a whole other side to it, and so that's why I'm going to refer back to the Fool's Journey. It's the story that I've been referring to throughout my videos. Honestly, I'm really not sure who wrote it, but I think it's like when the cards are produced as a game, right? So I think that this story was created probably by the same people who created the deck to explain the cards in a more simple and less like esoteric way, because if it's being sold as a game, you know, obviously it's gonna need some mass appeal to go with it. So anyways, this is how the story goes. In our last video, I was saying how the Emperor is all about taking action and getting the ball actually rolling in terms of our goals and our dreams and the moves we need to make in life. So after that happens, the Fool is starting to feel unsure or overwhelmed or scared by all of the things that are going on in his life. So he goes into a church to talk to the high priest to get some advice on what he should do. And this is what the priest says to him. Give up what you fear to lose so it no longer has any power over you, or consider what you will still have if your fears come to pass. If you did lose all that you've built, you would still keep the experience and knowledge that you've gained up to this point. Also, if your community has traditions that you share, you will never lose that, even if circumstances force you apart. You can even pass those traditions down to your children and their children, connecting them with past generations. Okay. That being said, so what is coming to my mind is I just moved from Utah to Tennessee, and I pulled this card, sometime recently after we moved, and at first I was kind of like, oh yeah, whatever, the Hierophant, like I need to get more back into my spirituality. I need to look more into religion. But actually what I think it was saying to me is your traditions and your family heritage is always with you. And not to like give you a life story, but when I moved, I ended up bringing quite a few things that were my grandparents. And now I have these articles that have been passed down from my great-grandparents to my grandparents to my parents and now to me, and then like these little special treasures and articles of furniture, you know, different decorations, things like that, hold no sentimental value to they're basically valueless to the world, but to me it's an irreplaceable treasure, and it's an heirloom that will be passed down to my children and to their children, just how the story was saying, connecting all the past generations. So, what does that have to do with the Hierophant? I think what it has to do is when we're in a new situation, or when we're afraid of the circumstances in our life, or when we're not really sure how things are going to turn out, it's always best to remember the first thing that the priest says to the Fool is, give up what you're afraid to lose so it no longer has any power over you, or consider what you will still have if your fears do come to pass. So that being said, it's kind of like well, either it's gonna happen or it's not. So, it's kind of like this saying, like, what if it happens? But, like, what if it doesn't? It's like you can't really control outside circumstances. Either it's gonna happen or it's not. So, that being said, if you did lose everything, you're still gonna keep all the wisdom and all the experiences that you've had up to this point. We don't regress. We don't lose anything that, we don't lose any of the knowledge or the lessons that we've learned, right? So that being said, it's kind of like let go and let God, trust the divine timing of life. And in the meantime, if you want to start feeling better about what's going on, get back to your roots, get, connected and grounded in yourself and those little pieces and parts of you that truly make you who you are. And I also think like having a strong connection to your family and your family lineage and traditions and the culture, just all of that stuff from your ancestors and your relatives that have came before. I think that's a very, very powerful form of like guidance and protection. And people say like, oh, when you have angels with you, like I personally think that like our guardian angels and our spirit guides and all that stuff are our loved ones that have passed on, and loved ones that we've never even met. So that was kind of a rant, and this is getting kind of deep, but I think that's the point of this card. And I think that a lot of the time people just take the face value of all the tarot cards and say, oh, obviously it's a picture of a priest, it's about religion, it's about church, and then they go into all these spiels about like toxicity in religions and all that stuff. But I don't think that's what it's about. And I also think another thing that makes me feel like it's deeper than that is this guy is dressed like a pope, which is Catholic, obviously, but it's named the Hierophant, which is actually, I think, an Egyptian priest. So it's not as straightforward as saying this is about church, because if it was, it would be called the Pope, which people call it that. They say it's called the High Priest, but that's not what it's called. The High Priestess is literally called the High Priestess, and this card is called the Hierophant. It's like, why? Why didn't they just call it the High Priest? Because it's not about that. And the High Priestess isn't about, like organized religions either. So I think it's just kind of interesting that it got turned into that. But like, honestly, this is just tarot, like, according to Brittany. This has nothing to do with, whatever fact. Honestly, I don't know how much, like, emphasis there. I don't know how much, like, facts you could even say about tarot anyways. I think that's what's fun about it, is it's just a mysterious, fun tool that everybody can use in their life and really grow from. So yeah, this video is getting way longer than I thought it was, but I'm kind of happy about it because I missed you guys, I missed YouTube, and the Hierophant's cool. We need to give him his props and, not just write him off as being a boring dude. He's not. He holds a lot of sacred knowledge for all of us. So let's tap into that. Stay connected. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. Where's my remote? Found it.